Assalamu alaikum students. Step number 4 of the risk assessments, recording significant findings and implementing. So in this steps we will record all the significant findings which we already studied in step number 1, identify the hazards, and step number 2, identify the people who might be at risk. Step number 3, evaluating the risk and deciding on precautions. In step 4 of the risk assessment, we will collect this all data from step 1 to step 3. So what that data are that contains activity or area assessed in hazards, we will collect that one and we will record. And groups are at risk, the people who are at risk, we will also record those people's risk and adequacy of existing control measures. We will record the risk, and if the existing control measures and any additional control measure, further precaution needed or further control measures, and then we will put the date in name of the competent person who made this risk assessment. We will put the name of that person, and we will also put the date, and we will also put the review date, the next year, the review date, that is the periodic date, we will also put for that risk assessment. In the last step of the risk assessment, that is a review, when we will review the risk assessment, when significant changes in if the process of the work change, then we will review the risk assessment. Substances, if some new substances that is bringing to our workplace, then we will review the risk assessment. And equipments, if the equipment change, then we will also review the risk assessment. Workplace environment, if change, we will review the risk assessment. If the key personnel change, then we will review the risk assessment. If it is no longer valid after accidents, the risk assessment should be reviewed, because the risk assessment will not be longer. The risk assessment should be reviewed. That risk assessment after the accidents will not be acceptable. Okay, that will be not valid. After near miss, we need to review the risk assessment. If there is some ill health or some pandemics, so we need to review the risk assessment, and we need to put that control measures, that is for that ill health or for that disease. Change to legal standard, if the legal standard change, then we need to review the risk assessment, and we also review our risk assessment periodically. Okay, so that was 5 steps of risk assessment which we study. The first step of risk assessment, identify the people, identify the hazard. The second step, identify the people who at risk. Then third step, evaluate the risk and decide on precautions. The 4 steps, recording of the significant findings, and step number 5 is review. Okay, then special cases in vulnerable workers. So young persons under 18, they have lack of experience, physical and mentally maturity, poor risk perception, they are poor risk perception, influenced by the peer group in the company, they are eager to do the danger work. So control measures for these young persons: prohibit certain high risk activities, that's high risk machinery, restrict work patterns and hours, no overtime for these people. So I know night shifts for these people, train and supervise these people. Okay, so these are the young person. For the young person, we need to take this precaution. In our risk assessment, we need to consider these young person, because they are vulnerable workers, they are more near to risk, they are very sensitive to risk. Then new and expecting mothers, certain chemicals, that's lead, that's very dangerous for these new or expecting mothers, certain biological agents, that's rubella virus. So if we have in our sites, so we need to protect these new or expecting mothers if they are available in our workplace. Manual handling, prohibit the manual handling for these workers. Temperature extremes, if temperature is extreme, So we also need to protect these expectant or new mothers from that extreme temperatures, whole body vibration. We should to protect these people or these worker from whole body vibrations. If there is any work and that the vibration is more, we need to protect these people from that. We need to prohibit it that works to these expectant or new mothers. Ionizing radiations, if any radiation, if that is ionizing, that's available in our project or in our workplace, so we need to protect these workers from that. Night shifts, no need to do night shifts for these people, because they are very near to the danger, they are very near to the risk and stress. We need to create an environment in which the stress is free. A stress-free environment we need to provide for these people, and we also need to uh, avoid the violation or avoid to fight with these people. Then disabled workers, that is health and fitness criteria for some jobs, because disables may be different category of different disabled workers. If we need to put them on the job that is fitted for them, that is eyesight requirement to drive forklift trucks, because if a worker have eyesight problem, we need to give them the job that is suitable for that persons, and we do not need to give him the high risk activity or the high risk job. Workers with known disabilities, what are the implication of their disability? If we know the worker disability, then we give them the work that is suitable for their because if they have some disabilities or they have some problem in their body, so if we will give them the work which can create a problem for them, so we need to avoid that type of work for these type of people or for disabled workers. Okay, then lone workers especially vulnerable and more at risk of violence. For example, prisoners officer, mental health nurse, if they are injured or ill health, confined space entry. So the lone workers, if we have lone workers in our company, we need to give extra precaution or extra protection to those workers, because they are very near to the risk or very near to the hazards. So they are more at risk, so we need special care, special precautions to these type of people. And these lone worker may be available in our workplace or in our projects, so we need to control, we give precautions for these people, give suitable precautions for these people. Okay, so in this way we finish the risk assessment 5 steps, because we told in, in step 1 that we will finish in 5 lectures, but luckily we finished these all methods in 4 lectures. So if there is any problem, you can message me, I will explain. Okay, so up to next topic. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.